No balls and 2 strikes here to Jackson Pritchard with 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd, and the pitch is fouled off to the backstop. Pritchard fouls off to the right side, and the count remains 0-2. So still no balls and 2 strikes with 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Scoreless game. Pritchard fouls it off again to the right side. Out of play. Jackson Pritchard waiting with 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Still a scoreless affair here. The 0-2. Upstairs, Cass Silver misses with a fastball. First ball of this at-bat. Pritchard has been aggressive, fouling off 3 straight pitches. And here's the 1-2. Fouled off again. Staying alive. Paul Fritchner, Aaron Brody with you on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Do apologize if there was a bit of a technical issue there as we get back going here on the live stream. The 1-2. And there's a called strike on a slider right down the middle. Cass Silver gets his 2nd strikeout of the night. Again, apologize. We've been battling some internet connection issues all season. So hopefully everybody watching now is okay. And we do appreciate all of you bearing with us as we go on the broadcast here. It's sometimes hard for us to tell when the internet is working and when it's not. So we just try to plow through. And if it's not working, we rely on those around us to let us know. And from there, we try to fix the problem. So hopefully it's still good. In a 1-0 count, Belsky pops up to shallow center field. Eric Young Jr. comes on and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So we'll reset the game, as I'm not sure how much of the game was missed. We'll reset the game when we go to the top of the 4th inning. But for now, we'll go to a commercial break and come back after this brief pause in the action. We'll come back to wrap everything up and give us a recap of where we are in this Battle of the Bourbon Trail, Game 3 of this midweek series between the Lexington Legends and the Florence Y'alls. Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Rohr Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Rohr at Rohr Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Rohr Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to RohrINS.com. Call Alvin Rohr. Call the Rohr Agency today.
Back for the top of the 4th inning here on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. There is no score. Jackson Owens back to the rubber. He's thrown 43 pitches so far today, and he has been phenomenal on the mound. 43 pitches, 27 for strikes. He's allowed 3 hits, but not allowed a run. He allowed a pair of leadoff singles in the top of the third, and now Nick Akins rakes a line drive down the left field line. This will get into the corner. Extra bases for the power-hitting left fielder as it rolls all the way down into the Lexington bullpen, and a ground rule double for Nick Akins to begin this top of the 4th inning. Hard hit line drive. And Akins is aboard for the first time this evening after grounding out to third in his first at-bat. Jackson Owens worked a 1-2-3 first. Faced 4 batters in the second inning, but Blaze Spees with a magnificent defensive throw gunned out Matt Winokur, trying to stretch a single into a double on a SportsCenter top 10 type throw from the right field wall. Winokur doubled, or seemingly doubled off the wall, but was thrown out 9-6. Here's Sam Claycamp, who grounded out to second his first time up, and Owens goes inside for ball 1. Owens has been living on that inside half of the plate. He's been missing a few times on this first pitch. To almost every batter tonight, he's gone with that fastball in. The wind blowing out to right field to start the game. It's died down now. Don't want to pitch outside and let him drive anything that gets caught in the wind. Here's the 1-0, and again inside, but this time fouled down the third base line. Offensively for Florence, it's been the minimum in every inning. 3 up, 3 down in the first. We got a single in the second inning, but Blaze Spees was thrown out 9-4. A little bit of a taste of his own medicine. And then Rolando Gomez, Jackson Pritchard, and Kevin Belsky went down in order in the third. Here's a foul ball from Claycamp. The count now at 1-2. So again, Owens up to 47 pitches, 30 of them for strikes. Not afraid to go after the likes of the major leaguers at the top of the lineup. They are a combined 0 for 6 so far tonight. Brandon Phillips is 0 for 2 with a pop out to second and a fly out to right. Phillips in there playing tonight. The 1-2 swung on and missed, dropped third strike, but Mike Galino behind the plate applies the tag, and that is the second strikeout for Jackson Owens. And again, Aaron and I are not sure. Paul Fritchner, Aaron Brody with you tonight on the live stream for you. Not sure how long the live stream has been out, so just to update you real quick on the status of Brandon Phillips, do apologize for not getting that information out sooner, but there's really nothing we could have done as John Sansone swings through strike 1. There's really nothing we could have done because we didn't get the lineup until about 15 or 20 minutes before the first pitch of tonight's game. So we had no idea he was playing tonight. I know some of you listening may be frustrated that it's not publicized more, but that's on Brandon to tell us far enough in advance that we could publicize it, and didn't get that memo until right before first pitch when the lineups were announced. Fly ball to center field off the bat of Sansone, easily handled by Brandon Pugh, and that's the second out of this top of the 4th inning. It's Nick Akins out there in scoring position at second base. Matt Winokur, who got bumped down to the 7th spot tonight, he is coming to the dish after singling in the second, and was just talking about that throw from Blaze Spees, gunning him out at second base. Two down in the top of the 4th, no score. Winokur from the left side of the plate. Owens off the third base side of the rubber. The righty delivers a fastball down the middle. Owens now over the 50 pitch threshold. We've seen 75 be the benchmark for a lot of these pitchers on the Florence side. Get up to about 75 or 5 innings, really whichever comes first. Here's the 0-1. Winokur takes it for strike 2. After allowing a leadoff double to Akins on a hard hit pitch to left field. Owens is one good pitch away from getting out of this threat. Lexington with no runs on 3 hits. The Y'alls with no runs on 1 hit. The 0-2 pitch off the outside part of the plate. Ball 1. Ben Levin didn't like that fastball. Dave Blanchett is the umpire on the base paths. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Matt Winokur, the right fielder for the Lexington Legends, waits on the pitch. And a fastball that Jackson Owens really liked, but it was ball 2. Gone all fastballs here to Winokur. Missed just a hair inside on that one. Started marching off the mound. Thought it was going to be a called strike 3. Good crowd on hand here tonight, taking in this Thursday night series finale in the Legends' last trip here to UC Health Stadium. The 2-2 on the way. Fouled off down the third baseline. Winokur steps back in, his toes on the inside half of the batter's box, crowding the plate. Blonde handle, black barrel on his bat. Very motionless as he swings through this one and pops it up to the right side. Shallow right field. Will Baker underneath and just out in the outfield turf. And that is out number 3. Pop out to second ends the 4th inning. Nick Akins is stranded at second base. Lexington no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. No score on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Spa baths, full haircuts, and nail.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels with their gooey cheesy center are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
Back here for the bottom of the 4th inning. Paul Fritchner and Aaron Brody with you. In a relatively quick-moving game, we've seen 3.5 innings played in under an hour, which is a little quick for what we've become accustomed to here. Will Baker at the dish. We're already turning the lineup over, and he swings through and hits one to third. Ground ball handled by John Sansone, and Will Baker down on 1 pitch. 5-3, 0 for 2 tonight. Cass Silber up to 43 pitches. Harrison DeNicola, he lined out. Hit a sharp liner to second back in the 1st inning. DeNicola, the DH tonight. 1 time through the order, faced the minimum, did Cass Silber there in the first 3 innings. Florence did get a hit, but Spies was thrown out at second. DeNicola fouls that one off. Do want to correct myself. I said earlier that Blaze Spies was thrown out 9-4. That was a misprint on my part. He was thrown out trying to steal second base, caught stealing in that second inning. That was the second out. Harrison DeNicola now in a 2-1 count with one down in the bottom of the fourth. Takes a fastball away. Ball 3. Ben Levin behind the plate. Dave Blanchett on the base pass. The umpiring crew for tonight as the clouds encircle us at UC Health Stadium. Lights are on just past the 7:30 hour. Pop fly on the infield, now into shallow left center field. At shortstop, Devin Hairston ranges under and reels it in for out number 2. Not much doing for Florence tonight. Cass Silber has been on his A game so far. Although last night Florence was quiet in the first few innings as well. Only scored 1 run through the first 4 innings before exploding for 9 runs in the innings that followed.
Yeah, this has been a good duel between two pitchers at the top of their game here tonight. Quick moving innings.
1-0, a fastball away, evens the count at 1.
And I know we were having difficulty with the live stream tonight. Everything's up and running now, and it seems like the signal is good. I'm noticing on my end that the positive note is the broadcast is.
Foul ball down the right side.
Broadcast is an hour and 16 minutes in on the live stream now, so I'm optimistic, hopefully, that when this game is finished and it uploads in its entirety, you will get that first hour and 10 minutes or whatever it was that you may have missed tonight. I don't know what happened there.
Another foul ball down the right field line and out of play. The 2-2. Half swing, grounded to first. Sam Claycamp touches first himself, 3 unassisted, and another 1-2-3 inning. All 4 innings have been a minimum. Cass Silber has been extremely efficient, 54 pitches, and we'll head now to the 5th. No score on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hey, Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Aaron, some Ominous looking skies here as we move to the top of the 5th inning. Jackson Owens retoes the rubber at 56 pitches.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, and this is coming from seemingly out of, no pun, the clear blue sky. I don't know that we had a whole bunch of threats of rain tonight as we looked ahead at the forecast hours before first pitch today, but it does not look promising. Black clouds kind of encircling UC Health Stadium, or dark clouds anyway, not quite black. I guess it does beat the red skies overhead in California these days, but
my goodness.
Hopefully we don't have any delays in this one.
John Wilson, Devin Hairston, Eric Young Jr. in, and Jackson Owens goes with that trademark fastball inside. Yeah, you and I were talking about those California wildfires in between innings a couple of innings ago, and first time I saw a picture of that the other day, I thought for sure it was photoshopped. 1-0, a fastball in again, but man, really have to hope everybody out there is okay, as you know, some players here in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail are from the West Coast, so hopefully if anybody's checking in from out there, everybody's doing okay. 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses again, and it's 3-0. But a surreal scene going on the West Coast right now because of all those wildfires, and looks like it's something straight out of a movie. No score here in the top of the 5th. 3-0 pitch, a fastball down the middle. Took a little speed off that, but he made up for in control to bring it to a hitter's 3-1 count. 3-1, grounded foul down the third base line. P.J. Phillips, barehanded play. Toss it back to the Florence Y'alls dugout. From 3-0 to 3-2. Jackson Owens looking to get a strikeout. Only 2 of them so far in his night. Devin Hairston waiting in the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. And that's the second walk. John Sansone worked a walk in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, for the most part, Jackson has battled up and down this batting order. He's done a good job limiting the free passes. Pitched around that jam in the 3rd inning really effectively. 2 straight singles to start the inning, yet a goose egg on the board when all was said and done. He's a battler, and I imagine he'll find a way to wiggle out of this.
Devin Hairston singled. Thought initially it was an error, but it was a single first time up. Now pop fly foul. This one into the seats, down to the right of us. It's rolling along the awning, and somebody gets a souvenir. The 0-1 in the top of the 5th. Pitch misses, ball 1. Short lead off first for John Wilson. Only a couple steps. Only a 15% chance of rain, Aaron, so hopefully things hold off. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That one, you see Hairston pulling his right foot out. Undisciplined swing there. Still a short lead for Wilson at first. Hairston in the box, the 1-2 count, and he fouls it down the right field line. Defense playing straight up out in the field. Will Baker shifted a little bit over towards second base. Eric Young Jr. waiting in the on-deck circle. 1-2. It's fouled to the backstop. Wind starting to pick up again as we saw it die down for a bit in the middle 3rd and 4th innings. Those first 2 innings, that American flag in right field was starched going from left to right. 1-2 pitch. Weak ground ball back to the Lexington on deck circle.
Good battle here with Hairston. This is a guy that has really impressed the coaches in the opposite dugout here in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, and this is why. Fights makes the pitchers work.
1-2. Fouled down the right field line.
And on top of that, he's also got a sensational glove at short. Never hurts. But even behind and buried in the count, 1-2, Jackson Owens makes pitch after pitch to put this guy away. And in stark contrast to what we saw in the last half inning, where Cass Sober moved quickly through the bottom of the fourth in what felt like 6 or 7 pitches. Harrison's already seen that alone in his at-bat.
Now the 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball in the inner half. And on the 8th pitch of the at-bat gets Devin Hairston looking.
Owen still wins the war. Impressive. Didn't even throw a ball in that sequence after the 1-2 start. It was Hairston fighting pitch after pitch to stay in there, but Owens eliminates him. Going back to that comfy inside corner on the right-hander. Glad he got the call. It was there.
So now it's Eric Young Jr., the lefty, taking ball 1. He's 0 for 2. Top of this order. 0 for 6 tonight. 1 through 3 spots. To Jesus Jr. on deck, then Brandon Phillips in the hole if the inning continues there. 1-0 pitch. Gets to the backstop. That's a pass ball. Pitch was called a ball. It takes a double play out of order.
Yeah, that's a costly one, especially in a 0-0 game. Every base runner glorified, amplified. Owens has thrown more stressful pitches in this game than the opposition in Cass Sober, but he's always rose to the occasion. We'll see if he can continue that with the major leaguer part of the order due up here and in the box.
2-0 pitch. Popped up right side again, in on the hands of Eric Young Jr. Will Baker out into right field from second base to make the catch. Ivan DeJesus Jr., the runner in scoring position. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. No score. Both teams trying to crack the code of these starting pitchers. DeJesus waiting on the first pitch. He goes to right field. This one is tailing toward the little berm down there, and it gets foul. This little youngster went to chase it.
Seems like Ivan DeJesus has seldom been challenged in games here at UC Health Stadium, but that's why you have to respect Jackson Owens. He's gone right after this guy today in a rare 0 for 2 start. Did line out once, but flew out to right his last time up. See what he's got here.
Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And strike 2. Caught foul tip and big pitch. This now puts DeJesus in an 0-2 hole. Takes some pressure off of Owens. Can be aggressive. Owens out the third base side of the rubber. Comes set. Now the pitch. Popped up right side and foul into the seats. Brandon Phillips in the on-deck circle. Swinging with the weighted bat. DeJesus as Jackson Owens takes his time. And the pitch. Ripped to short. Oh, just past the outstretched glove of Kevin Watley. around third and scoring is John Wilson, and an RBI single for DeJesus tallies the game's first run.
He broke through. Owens just left that one a little more middle than in. And DeJesus, not the guy to miss any mistake pitches, hit it hard. Thought Watley might have had a chance to make a sensational play on the dive, but it was just beyond his reach. And now Brandon Phillips to the plate for the third time tonight.
Phillips 0 for 2, popped out to second, flew out to right. Although that fly out to right was one to mark in the scorebook, he just missed it. Blaze Spees tracked it down on the warning track. Phillips ready, and here's the pitch from Owens. And he pops up on the first pitch. On the infield at second base, it's Will Baker, and he makes the catch. Phillips now 0 for 3 today. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Florence now trailing 1-0 after the Legends put up a run. And we'll be back after this break on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body. KelseyChev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes. And we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
And Aaron, the top of the lineup for the Lexington Legends outside of DeJesus, who now has produced the game's only run. It's been a quiet night at the top of the order, especially between Eric Young Jr. and Brandon Phillips.
Yeah, it has, and that's a feather in the cap of Jackson Owens. He's really made just one mistake pitch tonight. He got hit hard for an RBI single, but he did put the guy on base. Then there was the pass ball, so the miscues, the difference in the game.
Popping up foul on a bunt attempt is Brandon Pugh. And that's something that Jonathan Tripp talked to us on the air about when he came up here. Was it last night or the night before?
Last night. Tripp was with us in game one.
Man, all the games blend together.
I know the feeling.
There wasn't even a game the night before. It was in the first game yesterday. Here's the 0-1. Fastball outside. But Jonathan Tripp was talking about attacking those guys, and you might think as former major leaguers that they have a lot of experience, and how do these pitchers want to attack it? Go right at them. As you see Brandon Pugh swing through it. And it might sound obvious, but at the same time, there may be a sense, or I've watched this guy for 15 years on my TV and watch him win gold gloves and all that jazz, and come up here, and you saw Jonathan Tripp strike him out looking a couple Sundays ago.
Yeah, 0 for 3 tonight, but he is 39 years old. I'll tell you what, he still looks every bit like Brandon Phillips that you remember from his days at Great American Ballpark. And though he's, ran into 4 outs here at UC Health Stadium, he has still been contributing night in and night out in games played in Lexington. 5 home runs in about 2 weeks of baseball. He's still got it. The Y'alls have just had a good scouting report on where to attack him here tonight.
Count goes full on Pugh. Silber now up to 60 pitches. Here comes 61. Righty out of the windup to the lefty Pugh, and it's strike 3. Swing and a miss. It's the third strikeout for Cass Silber. And Aaron, He has only allowed one hit as the only base runner. Blaze Spees here at the plate singled in the second inning and then was thrown out, caught stealing.
Yeah, it's been a slog trying to get to this right-hander. He's had good stuff tonight.
There's strike one to Spees.
There's a uniqueness to Cass Silber's delivery that I think makes it tough to pick up in the box, and he's worked edge to edge really well.
Off-speed pitch dives into the zone, strike two.
Especially when Silber's from the stretch. He's wide open, kind of flings himself at you.
0-2, grounder back up the middle. This one snagged at short by Devin Hairston, no throw to first. And an infield single for Blaze Spees, who has the only 2 hits tonight for Florence.
How about that play by Devin Hairston? I mean, it's a single. He didn't have a chance to make the throw, but just a vacuum, and you never know. It's plays like that that often will go unnoticed, but things can happen later in the inning where it makes. The fact he kept it on the infield and limited the guy to first base, that much more important. Who knows if Eric Young Jr. overruns it or if he's lackadaisical getting the ball back in. We've seen the hustle out of the box for the Y'alls, turning what looks like routine singles into hustle doubles all season, and Hairston takes that away by being the vacuum he is.
Check over to first, not in time.
It's really impressive range to get to that one into center field and well behind second base. It's a good player.
Kevin Watley struck out swinging to end the second inning. Line drive into right field, and there it is, Aaron. Keeps this inning going. Moving, and Matt Winokur makes an error, allowing the runners to go second to third. And now there's 2 in scoring position. What a dynamic and game-changing error there in this inning.
Well, the game of baseball has certainly dunked on me in series where the Legends have been in town, but that right there, it had my back. Exactly what I'm talking about. It looks like a routine play, but it's overrun in the outfield. Winokur didn't look it into the mitt, gives Watley an extra 90 feet. These are the kind of plays that Devin Hairston prevents, getting to balls that you feel like there's no way he can get to. But a big break for the Y'alls here. They got a great shot to tie this, if not take their first lead tonight.
Rolando Gomez pops up left side on the first pitch. Now the question is, does it stay in play? Toward the wall, John Sansone makes the catch, out number 2. Runners in scoring position. We'll see what they can do.
Job just got a little bit tougher because now you need the base hit. You lose the ability to small ball your way to a run. But Jackson Pritchard, a guy that I could think off the top of my head a couple of clutch moments last year where this guy would come up even as a pinch hitter late in games, hit walk-off homers. He delivers in the big moments. This would qualify.
Pritchard, a strikeout victim in the third. Went down looking, but in the biggest spot so far here in this game. 2 in scoring position. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss. Silber pitching out of a slightly open stretch stance. A 0-1 pitch. Pritchard takes strike 2. Now what can Pritchard do? Dark barrel bat, blonde handle, red helmet, red and white cleats. That white arm sleeve on his right arm. The 0-2. Popped up right side. That should do it here. Sam Claycamp underneath of it, and he makes the catch. That's the third out. Florence leaves the tying and going ahead runs in scoring position. And we'll go to the 6th. The Legends holding on to a 1-0 lead on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we inspire students to think beyond the classroom and redraw the bounds of what's possible for their future. Students are prepared for what it takes to succeed in their careers and in life. Nearly 99% of those who earn a degree from the Mount are employed, going to grad school, or volunteering within 6 months of graduating. This reflects the career certainty that comes from an education at the Mount. Connect with us today by visiting msj.edu.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Top 6 here on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Nick Akins to the plate. Jackson Owens still on the mound. But changing is the play-by-play man. It's Aaron Brody.
Thank you, Paul. Nick Akins digs in to face Jackson Owens, who has cleared 5 one-run innings of work tonight, but trails 1-0. Owens always from the stretch, sets at the belt, and the first pitch to Akins in the 6th. Will miss up above the belt for ball 1. Wind still gusting here at UC Health Stadium. That flag in right field nearly starched again. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Four hits tonight for the Lexington Legends to account for their 1 run. The Y'alls with 3 hits, but being shut out as Cass Silver has been a tough right-hander to solve here in the finale of a midweek series. 1-1 pitch, reaching and tapping foul past third is Akins, whose count is now 1-2. For the Legends, it was 1 run in the 5th, an RBI single from Ivan DeJesus Jr. that plated John Wilson. The only run to cross on both sides tonight is Owens and Silver has been a heavyweight battle between 2 very promising starting pitchers. Owens ahead of Akins, 1-2. Pitch. Got him swinging. Nick Akins has doubled once tonight. But the Y'alls have done a much better job handling that monster bat of his here in this series this week. Kay brings up Sam Claycamp, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout himself tonight facing Owens. First pitch from Jackson is in the left-handed batter's box for ball 1. Just past the 8 o'clock hour here Eastern time. And a quick mover tonight. Already in the top of the 6th, the 1-0. Good breaking ball, foul tipped but squeezed. 1-1. Jackson readies and fires the 1-1, gets a swing and a miss. Another batter pushed to the brink and a 1-2 count. It's the 4th start, the Battle of the Bourbon Trail for Jackson Owens. Entering tonight, he had 24 2/3 innings logged under his belt. So make it 29, make it 30 with the 1 out here in the 6th. Here's a swing and a ground ball past P.J. Phillips in that third base coach's box. For the longest time, Owens had an ERA that began with a 1. I believe it was his last time out that elevated the ERA to where it is entering play tonight at 3.28. But it's headed due south yet again with his performance here in the finale. Righty rocks and fires the 1-2, gets a swing and a miss. It's bobbled and dropped by Galeno, but he'll place the tag on Claycamp, who's out number 2 as Owens tries to fan the side here in the 6th.
Aaron, we have an interesting development over here to our right. There's a young fan that brought his homework to UC Health Stadium and has seemed to have dropped his textbook onto the awning down here in front of us. Somebody's going to have to go out there and get that. A fallen soldier in the form of somebody's little book there.
You know, I'm thinking as a fastball misses outside on the first pitch to John Sansone, there's nobody in the ballpark who wants that book fetched less than the guy that dropped it.
It's true.
This is the perfect built-in excuse. I intended to do my homework, but UC Health Stadium ate it. Here's a pop fly on the infield. It's at second base. Will Baker will battle the wind, and the second baseman makes the catch as Jackson Owens barely breaks a sweat and faces the minimum in inning number 6. We go to the bottom half. Y'all still trailing by 1 on the Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5 1307.
Now's the time. Bottom 6. 1-0 Y'alls trail. Castover back on the bump. He'll face Kevin Belsky first in a first pitch swing. A line drive dart towards left center, but it's going to hang up for Nick Akins. F7 for out number 1 and back to the top of the Y'alls batting order. And Will Baker. It's Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you from UC Health Stadium. Y'alls looking to break out the brooms on the Lexington Legends. But it'll have to erase a 1-run deficit. Erasing a 8-run deficit just an evening ago in a 7-inning shortened game. I don't think this Y'alls team's too worried about the 1-0 score. Will Baker in the box and behind in the count as Sober peppers the outside black with a fastball. Jumps in front 0-1. Baker out of Ball State University and out of the American Association. As a breaking ball dives off a cliff and misses down and away for ball 1. Logged his pro reps with the Kansas City T-Bones in the American Association prior to taking his talents to Florence here for the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. Really good player. 1-1 pitch, inside and low. As Baker takes the advantage, 2-1. Told you earlier in the broadcast, he hits equally well in the leadoff spot or the 5-hole. Can also play just about anywhere defensively. He turns on this fastball, and it's a rocket down the left field line, a fair baseball. He's around first base and will pull up standing at second. Right on cue, a 1-out double from Mr. Versatility. And Baker stands at second for Harry DeNicola in a 1-run game.
Well, the Florence Y'alls left 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out in the 6th, or in the 5th inning. Now here in the 6th, tying run in scoring position with less than 2 outs. And Aaron, to the listening audience here, if you have a chance, I know all of you watching on YouTube, if you have a chance, look up that Kansas City T-Bones logo. It's a great graphic.
Breaking ball is fouled off on the first pitch to DeNicola. I look forward to seeing that in short order here as you pull it up on the laptop.
The T is got that steak, the T-bone steak element to it.
Shooting. That is a good one.
That is real good.
Fits well with the fun logos in minor league baseball all around. 0-1 to DeNicola. A swing and a bullet towards the gap in right center field. One hopping off the wall. Baker can walk home. DeNicola swaps spots. He stands at second, and we're tied up at 1. Courtesy, the one-out double from DeNicola.
Didn't leave Will Baker on second base. That was a great piece of hitting. Squared it up, went out into the gap. Thought for a second like he might be able to stretch that one into a double, but settles in there at second base with a hard hit line drive that went all the way to the wall.
Now it's Mike Galino. Big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Galino 0 for 2, a fly out, and a ground out. So we're looking in for the sign from John Wilson. Comes to a consensus and sets. The 0-1. Fisted to short. To the left, Devin Hairston in front. On to first in time. DeNicola stays put at second base as Hairston fielded that ball and stood about 2 feet from the base runner. So the Y'alls won't move him over, but Brandon Pugh will try to move him in with 2. Silber readies, and the first pitch to Brandon upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Pugh, an absolute weapon on the base paths. Can he reach? Enters tonight hitting .344 on the season. The 1-1 fouled straight back. Pugh now in a 1-2 count. Really good season statistically for Pugh. The .344 average speaks for itself, but the OBP at .417. Couple of boxes checked there for a guy who will figure to be a table setter on the Florence Y'alls 2021 roster. DeNicola takes off for third base. Silber somehow avoids a balk, gets it to third, and DeNicola runs into the out number 3 there. An early steal attempt, but Silber kept his composure, stepped off, and had him dead to rights. So Pugh will lead off the 7th. And we go to the top half. 1-1 on the Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bottom third of the Lexington Legends batting order due up. They will face a new pitcher. Jackson Owen steps aside after a terrific start. His final line, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. But it will be a no decision for the right-hander out of the Metroplex. New arm, the righty Ryan Mordecai. This guy profiles as a late innings reliever on any pro team. Heavy fastball, devastating off-speed pitch, and when he's pounding the strike zone and not putting guys on base, there might not be a tougher arm in this battle of the Bourbon Trail. Mordecai facing Winokur, Wilson, and Hairston at 7, 8, 9. For the Legends here in the top of the 7th, we are tied at 1 at UC Health Stadium. Finale of a midweek series here in Florence, Kentucky, and it's Aaron Brody, Paul Fritchner with you for the call of the action. Matt Winokur making his way to the plate, 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and was gunned out at second, trying to stretch it into a double. And likely won't make that mistake again, as Blaze Spees reminded him how powerful that right throwing arm is. Deep in the right field corner. A 1-hopper to second. And that ended a threat in the second. First pitch from Mordecai. Fastball's up and out. 1-0. Bottom third has been doing the damage for the most part today for PJ Phillips' crew. 3 base knocks, 1 for each of the 3 hitters. The 1-0 pitch, fouled back to the screen. 1-1 the count with Winokur. That's the better part of the 5 hits Jackson Owens allowed in this game, coming from the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Nothing easy, the 1-1. Outside for ball 2. For those of you just joining us in our viewing audience, it was Harrison DeNicola who delivered the goods in the bottom of the 6th for the Y'alls to tie the game at 1, an RBI double. Breaking ball is going to skip to the backstop as Winokur takes a commanding. Ryan has a full windup. He's on the first base side of the rubber as he rocks into it. And the 3-1 pitch. Skied on the infield. The wind will play tricks with this one. It's on the left side. Rolando Gomez from third won't get there. The ball falls on the turf. It's a base knock, and standing at second base, the fortuitous Matt Winokur. You just had a feeling with the way the wind has been whipping at UC Health Stadium, a major league pop-up like that one.
That probably was Gomez's ball from third. He had the best angle on it coming in like that, but just unable to make the play.
Never did get to the spot, was chasing it all the way until the end when it fell in front of him. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch to the catcher, John Wilson. His count will be 0-1. It goes down as a double for Winokur, and it went all of about 45 feet. Now the 0-1. A bender and outside. So So after zeros galore, each team trading some blows, building consistent threats. Here's another pop fly. Gomez will have it to third for Devin Hairston.
But you guys have done a great job with that, provided a lot of insightful information, and it's cool for me to learn that San Jose has been receptive to that and watching it and learning from their new manager out there all the way over on the West Coast.
Well, I do appreciate the kind words. It's been so much fun to shoot. First pitch to Hairston, a good breaking ball, but it stayed in for ball one. And I understand why the guys in San Jose are interested. A lot of them are here playing in it. Tyler Fitzgerald, Logan Wyatt, guys that aren't just in the San Jose Giants or in the Giants, San Francisco Giants organization, but top 20 prospects within the ranks. 1-0 pitch. This should do the job. It's a fly ball deep into right field. Tracking it, making the catch is Blaze Spees, but he'll relay to second. It's going to be a sacrifice fly for Devin Hairston, and it's the Legends back in front, 2-1.
Really wanted to see Spees display that cannon there, even though he still wouldn't have had him coming in, tagging from third. Winokur at the wheels of his own, but seen Spees unleash the cannon a little bit tonight.
Yes, we have. Now it's back to the top. And Eric Young Jr. First pitch to him, just outside for ball one. Mordecai, the over-the-head windup, and the 1-0 pitch. Good spot, but out for ball two. But no, back to the game report. It is an absolute blast, and I can't thank Dennis Pelfrey, Chad Rhodes, Brian White, and recently Mike Morris for their willingness to come on every week and let us behind the curtain. What a blessing that is. Fastball misses outside from Mordecai for ball three.
That's something that, as people who work in the media industry, we always hope that players or coaches are receptive to that kind of thing. And when they get asked to do that, you hope that they're willing to do it and that they want to do it too. Sometimes coaches, players are willing to be mic'd up or willing to do an interview, but when their heart is in it, like you can tell it is with the game report, when they really want to be there and provide the fans with context and give good information, it just makes it that much more entertaining, much more valuable, and much more worthwhile to do.
And if you're just a baseball fan, it gives you a tremendous education on the way pro coaches view the game. Fastball will be a strike. Make the count 3-1 on Eric Young Jr. But you and I and the coaches don't watch the same game. It's amazing how much more they're able to take out of the 9 innings we see here at the ballpark. Here's a swing and a bullet down the line in right field. This one's trouble. It's going to be a fair baseball. It has disappeared into the corner, and it will have squirted under into the bullpen. So it's a stand-up ground rule double for Eric Young Jr. That brings up the man who put the Legends in front for the first time tonight, Ivan De Jesus Jr., 2 dead. EY standing at second.
You can see the insights of a guy like Dennis Pelfrey, who is such a competitor and wants to win in any way that he can. And when they were talking about the umpiring crew and some of the calls that he felt like the umpires had missed because of the way they position themselves behind the plate, you can see even here behind the plate, Ben Levin is off to the inside part of the plate.
Breaking ball and a called strike to start De Jesus 0-1.
And when the umpires crouch behind the plate, sometimes they hide a little bit behind the catchers, and he'd like to see them over toward the middle of the plate to be able to catch the outer half of home plate on those strike calls. And he even suggested that umpires go back to holding the protective padding with their arm, with their forearm, like you saw way back in the early 1900s. And it just...
He is an advocate of the shield for sure.
It just illuminates what these guys will do and how much of a competitor he is. How badly they want to win.
The 1-1 to De Jesus, a breaking ball, slapped foul.
Suggesting that we go back to early 1900s umpiring with the arm shield. I mean, I love it. Dennis, I don't know if you're listening, but if you are, why not? Why not?
Why not bring the shield back? It all comes back to them wanting a little more consistency on the outside corner for their pitchers.
And for sure, and that takes care of that if the umpires feel more protected.
And setting up in the middle of the plate helps bring that outside edge into view. They don't have to just feel it. 1-2's in the left-handed batter's box for ball 2 to DeJesus. I thought Chad Rhodes made an interesting point. And they had a umpires convention, and all the coaches in the Marlins organization got to go and ask questions, and everybody wanted to know, talk to us about the outside corner. 2-2 pitch on the way to DeJesus in the turf for ball 3. And the umpire flat out admitted, he said, well, anybody that tells you that they can see the outside corner is lying. He says he likens knowing where that outside corner is to parallel parking. Some people are better at getting closer to the curb than others. It's a feel thing. And the ones that have the good feel are in the major leagues, calling the balls and strikes. Payoff pitch, a swing and a drive deep into the night sky in left center field, but this wind will bring it right back towards medium depth center. And an easy can of corn for Brandon Pugh. So we will go to the 7th inning stretch. Y'alls behind by 1. Scores 2-1 on the Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We're family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Of work. His Lexington Legends lead the Florence Y'alls 2-1 on the Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you as Brandon Pugh digs in the box. 4-5-6 due up for the Y'alls in the home side of the 7th. First pitch, low and away for ball 1 to Brandon. Pugh was in the box when the bottom of the 6th came to a close. Harry DeNicola caught stealing from 2nd to 3rd to end the frame. A swing and a foul tip into the waiting mitt of John Wilson evens the count at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. Pugh tries to push a bunt, but it'll end up well foul. And look who it is making the play off the top step, but Brandon Phillips, who wants to turn it into a souvenir and will, violating the COVID policies. You know, when it's Brandon Phillips, I'm in all favor. I would be trying to tempt him into breaking the rules myself. I might even go a step further and ask him to sign it. 1-2. A tapper back up the box. This will be trouble. Devin Hairston does not get there. It's under the glove, and it likely wouldn't have mattered anyway. Pugh flat out flies. And that's going to be a single to lead off the 7th. The suddenly back and forth nip and tuck affair continues. As Blaze Bees come to the plate. Pugh at first and nobody dead. Silber deals. Spees swings, sends a lazy fly ball down the line and left, and this will end up on the grassy berm for a foul ball.
Development here, Aaron. The textbook has been acquired, but I didn't see how along the awning here to our right. So whatever young student brought his homework to the park doesn't have an excuse for tomorrow.
I feel for the youngster. Time called. Looks like the gate swung open. Or nope. The Brandon Pugh baseball got dropped on the turf. So B. White took care of it. Thought the gate may have swung open, but the guy just lost his souvenir. Silber checked at first base, but nothing doing. Now he picks up his catcher in an 0-1 count with Blaze Spees. There goes Pugh. Eyes on second. Hose to the bags, not handled. Pugh will be safe with the stolen base. And the tying run in scoring position as the count moves to 1-1 on Spees. A swing and a drive, right field. This one's deep, this one's back, and this one is off the wall. Pugh had to wait to see it down. He's going to be held up at third base. He's going to run through the stop sign, diving head first and out at home for out number 1. Blaze Spees standing at second with the double. Brian White had thrown the stop sign up. Pugh just kept on a chugging.
Well, sometimes the third base coach will put the stop sign up and verbally tell the runner to keep going, to deke out the defensive player from maybe lazily going over and fielding the ball. But the way that play transpired, that was, I think, a very good stop sign with nobody out.
Yeah.
And Brandon Pugh went right through it. He was out by a couple steps.
It's one of those where if you're safe, no one's going to say anything, but if you're out, you're avoiding your coach for the next 3 days. Kevin Watley steps in, tying run still 180 feet away, just now in the form of Blaze Spees, who got to second on the double. Breaking ball, and a called strike to Watley. It'll be 0-1. Silber readies. Didn't burst. It's an impressive array of lights to withstand a blow like that. Counts 0-2 on Watley. Pitch outside for ball 1.
91st pitch there from Cass Silber.
Time called in the box. Watley wants a moment. He'll step out, lose the helmet, wipe some sweat from his brow. Take a deep breath ahead of this 1-2 offering from Silber. 1 out to man at second in a 2-1 game. The Y'alls trail. The pitch. Good. Bender called strike 3. And Watley is down on strikes for the second time tonight and is out number 2 in the inning.
It's only the 4th strikeout. 2 of them coming from Watley.
We'll see if Rolando Gomez can come through in the clutch. The Y'alls now have to have a hit to score the run. Breaking ball called strike 1. Silver's 0-1. A late swing. 0-2 is the fastball. It was thrown right by Gomez to push him to the brink. Pitch, swing, and a foul. We'll do the 0-2 again. Local time, 8:38. Football is upon us, Paul.
It is.
The game has started.
It has.
Chiefs, Texans. Go Chiefs.
Chiefs a backup team, or is that just tonight?
I like them, but no backup teams. None of that allowed. 0-2 pitch is upstairs. 1-2.
Well, I got the Reds with the Nationals, so I'll allow a backup team.
You know, with them being the AFC, maybe one day I'll have the courage to say that, but no, Cowboys are bust. I'm a big fan of Patrick Mahomes. I know him personally, you know. 1-2, called strike 3. Gomez, a base.
You translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. The truck that feels like it was built for you, because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Right-hander Alex Wagner will take over on the bump for the Y'alls, top 8. It's a 2-1 game. And then for the play-by-play, my partner, Paul Frischner.
Thank you, Aaron. Ryan Mordecai only threw the 1 inning in that 7th inning, gave up 2 hits, a run. It was earned, did not walk anybody, didn't strike anybody out on 22 pitches, half of them 4 strikes, and Alex Wagner will go out there, the righty, to toe the rubber. Wagner at 6'4", 215 from right up the road in Westchester. Went to Mount St. Joe's University. The top of the 8th, and Lexington now with a 1-run lead after that top of the 7th. Brandon Pugh with a base running blunder in the bottom half of the 7th inning, potentially costing his team the tying run. We'll see how the rest of the game plays out, but that's one to circle if Florence ends up losing this game. Here's Phillips. And Brandon Phillips to the plate. It's Phillips, Nick Akins, and Sam Claycamp. Phillips takes the first pitch, low and in. Brandon Phillips tonight 0 for 3. 2 pop outs to second and a fly out to right field that nearly got over the right field wall. Just shallow enough for Blaze Spees to make that catch. The 1-0 pitch. Fly to right field again this time. Spees, though, underneath of it. Tailing in the wind, and Spees tracks it down for the first down.
And the wind is not howling out so much to right field anymore, as it's a straight-up crosswind, taking baseballs left to right, almost in a straight line. I think on a normal day, before the sun goes down here at UC Health Stadium, Brandon may have got enough of that one to have a home run in a hitter-friendly ballpark, but tonight the wind has really played an impact on balls to the outfield and on the infield, for that matter.
Wagner making his 11th appearance, all out of the bullpen, as we see Nick Akins ground to short. Kevin Watley throw on to first. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Hard ground out there. Sam Claycamp 0 for 3.
You know, this walk-up song reminds me, didn't you just start watching The Office for the first time, like maybe pre-COVID or maybe during COVID?
Now that's a long story, but I can get into it if you want me to.
No, never mind.
You opened a can of worms there. It's really not that long, the listening audience, but I only knew Steve didn't have him right.
How about Dwight? You never heard of
No,
Dwight?
I knew Dwight. I knew Dwight.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that
Legend.
one? Mrs. Lowen in ball 2. But I've always been a Seinfeld guy.
Oh, for sure.
I've always just the fast humor, the writing of Seinfeld. I've always been much more of a Seinfeld guy. I've seen every episode there as this 2-0 pitch misses Lowen away.
They were very different eras, though. So it wasn't as though you had to miss Seinfeld to watch The Office.
It's true. That's true.
But you might be talking about TBS reruns.
Yeah, definitely. And Seinfeld on Hulu, and that was the one that I always binged. And with the time to buckle.
You needed to look up the YouTube reviews?
No. I did my own YouTube reviews of it.
Okay.
So I watched it, and I'm still not done. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and now the count runs full. And I'm about halfway through season 8 right now, and it's brutal.
It's brutal. The verdict is it's brutal.
It is brutal.
Wow, that's a uncommon opinion, but to each their own.
Counts full, 2 outs. Ball 4 outside. Claycamp works a 2-out walk. First walk issued by Alex Wagner, and that brings John Sansone to the plate. But yeah, Aaron, I never got into it. I mean, I never really felt there was one. I'm not going to say it's not funny. It definitely has had its moments, and there were times when I was sitting there watching it that I found myself laughing out loud. But
few and far between.
It was it was way fewer and more far between than I thought it would be going into the series. Here's the first pitch inside, ball 1, and I was just expecting a lot more laughs. And I had given season 1 a try a few times over the last few years, and I could never make it through season 1. And everybody kept saying, once you make it through season 1, you'll be okay. It was a slow start. And I was like, okay, fine. So I got through season 1, got to season 2. It was okay. And then about 4 and 5, seasons 4 and 5, I noticed that I was really grooving through. But to put in perspective how much I didn't know about it, I didn't know who Stanley was, didn't know who Creed was, didn't know any of those characters, Meredith, none of them. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Alex Wagner. And that one bounces. That'll get to the backstop. A wild pitch allows Sam Claycamp to get to second. But I also didn't know that Michael Scott left the show. So I had no idea that seasons 8 and 9, which I'm on now, were Steve Carell-less.
Right.
I did not know that, and that was a shock. But it's good.
But you can't go back now.
It's just
you called it brutal.
It's brutal. There were points that were good, but it was brutal. 2-0. The swing of foul tip to the backstop. Dwight had his funny moments.
Yeah.
Jim had his moments, but I never got into Michael Scott. He was just always just too incompetent for me. I just never really got the humor of it. Call me boring, I don't know. But I just never always the constant incompetence.
Right. That's supposed to be the
which I get, but it was like every once in a while drop me a bone, and as this one gets over the head of John Sansone to the backstop, that now allows Claycamp to get up to third base and 90 feet away from an insurance run as Lexington holds a 2-1 lead here. But I just kept thinking, like, drop me a bone and do something right for once. Like, I just kept watching it, and you had this agonizing feeling in your stomach, pleading for Michael to say the right thing. Now, again, that's the humor of it. So maybe I can't fault him too much. Here's the 3-1 called for a strike. Now the count runs full, and a huge pitch coming here for Alex Wagner to get out of the inning. But that's my thoughts, and I'll do a full wrap-up maybe in podcast format when I eventually finish season 9, and I will do it. I'm putting my head down. I'm not stopping. I'm going. It's slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm gonna finish it though, before it goes off of Netflix. Here's the 3-2. Ripped into center field. That's a base hit. On a payoff pitch, Sam Claycamp comes in and scores, and now the lead at 3-1 as John Sansone, with his first hit of the night, extends the lead by 1. 2-run lead for the visitors. But Aaron, I'd be curious. I'm sure you've seen it from the way you are talking. What's your thoughts on it?
You know, I'm not going to give it the scathing review that you did, but I also would never and have never been the guy to really tell people they have to watch it. Like, there are certainly aspects of it that I do enjoy.
Yeah.
I think Michael Scott's funny. Dwight is hilarious.
Dwight is. Yeah, he made use of his time.
Right.
Here's Matt Winokur, a double and a run scored his last time up, and he takes strike 1.
But I think the best way to describe how I feel about it is, even though I'll have nice things to say, and I do like those characters and have funny moments, I never did feel the same pull to finish the series. I have not seen all of them. I'm not completely caught up. I did know Michael Scott left. That kind of killed, I think, some of my hopes to want to finish the rest of the season or the series. But I haven't even made it to the point that he left the show, to be honest. So it didn't necessarily keep me sucked into the Netflix vacuum enough where I had to binge and finish. But my brother loves it. I definitely see the humor in it and enjoy it when it's on. I just don't seek it out.
Yeah. And maybe to clarify that a little bit, too, or qualify my take goes all at one time. Like, most of the time at night, I'm watching sports or I'm watching some sort of a game or something on TV, maybe a movie here and there. But in the last few months without sports, it gave me a chance to watch the show. Here's a line drive to second on one hop. Baker spins in, throws to first, and that'll do it. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, and Florence will now need 2 runs. We saw him rally for an 8-run deficit last night, so 2 runs is much more manageable than that. We'll see if they can do it after this break on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Bottom of the 8th inning on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. And Aaron, we have a new pitcher on the mound after Cass Silber threw 97 pitches, 68 for strikes. Alex Hamilton, the lefty, takes over on the bump, wearing number, what is that, 26 for the Lexington Legends.
Good lefty, and I love his look. Goes with the old-fashioned stir-up socks with the horizontal white striping around the calves. It's a clean look. You got to be good when you rock that, and he has been. You know they were going to bring in their best gun, try to seal the deal in the latter stages of this ball game after a fantastic start from Cass Silver. A lot of lefties, so Hamilton the guy.
And here's a ground ball snagged by John Sansone. The throw to first, and Pritchard is retired. What a play by John Sansone.
Yeah, headlong dive to his left. Ball was well struck, got on him quickly, but it ended up in the webbing after the full extended dive. Quickly got to his feet, made a strong toss. A lot of times you'll see guys get to a ball like that, but they'll bobble the handle when they shoot up to their feet. They'll throw high at first base. Sansone completed the web gem there.
Now it's Kevin Belsky. Belsky takes a fastball outside. Well, I hope fans aren't too turned off by my dislike of The Office there. I know that can be a very touchy subject for some people.
Fans are loyal.
They are. I didn't want to be too hypercritical of it as ball 2 sails low and outside.
Yeah, I'm kind of an old soul when it comes to sitcoms. Like, I'm with you. Seinfeld is a classic.
What about Friends?
Friends I did like. I did finish the whole series of Friends. I kind of have to pick and choose my spots of who I say that around, so at least we're not on the air. But did really enjoy Friends, but I'm reeling. You talked about The Office going to be taken off Netflix on January 1st. I'm reeling from the fact that Cheers is no longer on there. That is a classic show there. A little before my time, but was always a staple on the old TV Land and Nick at Night lineups as I grew up. Big fan of Sam Malone, Ted Danson's character Norm. That show is my favorite of all time, I think.
I visited as we see Kevin Belsky work a 5-pitch walk. Reach base for the first time tonight. I visited in Boston, place where Cheers was filmed, or at least set. I don't know if it was filmed there, but where it was set in Boston.
That's awesome. That's kind of a bucket list thing for me, for sure. That show had it all, man.
I can't claim to say I've seen too much of the show, but enough to appreciate. I was pretty young at the time and didn't know it at all then. And
yeah.
My mom said, this is just something you're going to have to remember.
93, making me either 1 or 2 years old, but like I said, my parents were huge fans of it, so I grew up watching it on the Nick at Night lineup, and man, it's got the laugh track, and it's the old humor kind of a deal, but classic.
1-0 pitch down the middle, strike one. People hate on the laugh track, and I think it adds a little bit to the show. Sometimes when you're a real young kid and you're watching Disney Channel, it's definitely overkill, but I think sometimes it adds a little flavor to it. I'm not strongly opposed to it. Seinfeld had it.
Kind of dates it nowadays.
Yeah, it does.
You don't really see it too
does.
much anymore, but
here's the 1-1 pitch to Will Baker. Doubled and scored in the 6th. That was the only Florence Y'alls run. Now he falls behind a ball and 2 strikes.
You know, it does chronicle the life of an ex-ball player. Sam Malone was a relief pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, turned bar owner. So, trying to weave it into relevance as we broadcast a baseball game. Mayday Malone, top 5 TV character of all time, don't at me.
The 1-2 pitch. Pop fly, foul, but potentially getting to the turf. Oh, and a catch made by Sam Claycamp down the right field line. That's out number 2.
Just a 2-run game, and we saw the Y'alls erase an 8-run deficit last night with a workmanlike approach. They can have that workmanlike approach again, but they have to get started here. Running out of time. It's the 8th inning. They got the right guy in the box. It was Harry who tied the game at 1 in the 6th with an RBI double. They need him to come through again here just to get that spark lit in that first base dugout.
First pitch misses the zone to Harrison DeNicola. How about Cass Silver? 97 pitches. He threw 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run. Only run of the game for Florence so far. No walks, though, and 5 strikeouts. And again, a starter, whether it's on the Florence side or the Lexington side, does not allow a walk.
Yeah, that's impressive, and that's a huge reason why the Y'alls have got just 1 run. If you look at the other side, for Jackson Owens, he only had 2 walks, but one of them came around to score. You look in that 8th inning, that ball that dropped on the pop-up.
Here's a long fly ball to right field off a broken bat. Now coming in, medium depth. I thought that one was a lot farther than it was, but got knocked down maybe in the wind. And Matt Winiger comes in to make the catch for the 3rd out of this 8th inning. So we'll head to the 9th, and Florence will need 2 runs, but got to hope that the bullpen keeps it at just a 2-run deficit. We'll see a new arm after this break on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roar.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
Takes over on the bump for the Florence Y'alls, and in for the final inning of play-by-play. Potentially could go to the 10th here if we see Florence tie the game.
Over on the bump for the Y'alls. The Legends will send their 8-9-1 hitters to the plate. That's John Wilson, Devin Hairston, and Eric Young Jr. A couple of guys reach. We might see one more at bat for Dat Dude BP, who's the DH tonight and 3-hole hitter for Lexington. Legends in front by a pair, 3-1. The Y'alls are in search of 3 quick outs and hoping they didn't use up all their magic bullets in last night's miraculous 10-9 walk-off win. What was miraculous about it, the fact the score was 9-1 after 3 innings and they were only playing 7. The bullpen held the gate. The offense was Joe Lunchpail. Packed their lunch to work, a workmanlike approach, a couple of runs here, a couple there, 4 here, and ultimately 1 big run in the 7th as Blaze Spees delivered the walk-off single. So we saw the Y'alls answer the bell from behind in the late stages last night. They'll have to do it again. Here to break out the brooms on the Lexington Legends in the midweek series. John Wilson in the box, Matt Taronis into his windup, and the first pitch of the 9th is swung on and missed for an early strike. Wilson is singled and walked. He's also grounded out to short. 1 for 2 night for the catcher who made his debut. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Down low for ball 2. Taronis 6'2", 200 pounds. Fastball's popped up on the infield. This has been trouble tonight. It's behind home plate. Mike Galino will get to the spot and make the catch. A windy night at UC Health Stadium has wreaked havoc on pop flies on the infield, but Galino makes the play here, and there's 1 out recorded in the 9th. The terrific Devin Hairston to the plate. Taronis into the windup and the pitch. A called strike. It'll be 0-1. off speed and downstairs. The 2-1 delivery. Hit hard to third base, but Gomez is there. Gobbles it up, on to first. Hairston's retired, 5-3. And there are 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning.
Well, you mentioned your friend Patrick Mahomes playing tonight. You mentioned that a couple innings ago.
Oh, yeah, Pat?
If you want to find out why he's your friend, Aaron and I did a podcast earlier. You can just go to my Twitter page on Tuesday. That'll come out. And it was a really great conversation, Aaron, about your career, your time here in Florence, your time before Florence. And I think fans might enjoy that coming here on Tuesday.
I sure hope so. Eric Young Jr. in the box, swinging at the first pitch, hitting a high fly ball deep to right and out of the ballpark. A solo shot will tack on one more run of insurance for the Legends. Make the score 4-1.
What a towering home run to go to the opposite field with that one. Through the wind for a home run.
And to the opposite field, as Paul said, hitting from the right side of the plate with the lefty Toronis on the bump. You almost forget that EY is a switch hitter with the bevy of righties that have thrown in this series. And he just showed the pop from that side of the plate. A homer and a double his last 2 at-bats. He finishes this finale strong. Ivan De Jesus in there now. And ahead in the count 1-0 as Toronis missed low for ball 1. The 1-0 is raked into center. This one's sinking quickly, and it's down in front of Brandon Pugh for a base hit. So this major league top third of the batting order starting to rear its ugly head here in the late stages. And that dude BP will get a 9th inning at bat and a chance to reach base for the first time tonight. I don't think Brandon chose to walk out to Rick Astley.
I don't either.
The first pitch to him. Down and in for ball 1. Doesn't matter how many times he plays here, and this really is only the 2nd time he has, but still exciting to see Brandon Phillips in the box at UC Health Stadium. Big fan of his when he was in Cincy, though I was a Braves fan. How could you not be? 3-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove winner. 1-0 pitch, absolute linear to short, scooped up on a short hop by Kevin Watley, and a throw to first in time. So Brandon Phillips will finish his night 0 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the Y'alls will need 3 runs in the 9th, thanks to a solo launch job by Eric Young Jr. Scores 4-1, 3 outs to play with. Do or die time next at UC Health Stadium on the Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Chris Long, and it's a
859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Tailing two-seam fastball is across for an early strike. Galino's count is 0-1. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you. The Florence Y'alls down to their last 3 outs. They want to finish off a sweep for the Lexington Legends. They'll need 3 to tie 4 to win in walk-off fashion for the second time in as many nights. A breaking ball was left up for ball 1 on the second pitch from Alex Hamilton. The lefties 1-1. Fastball. This one's raked towards the gap in left center field, but it'll hang up in the wind, and Nick Akins makes the basket catch. 1 away. Hamilton on for his second inning of relief. Coming in the 8th after Cass Silber spanned the first 7 in a terrific start. And his second of that kind here at UC Health Stadium this season. 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, 5 Ks for the starter. In line for the win if Hamilton outside for ball 1 to Pugh. Count will be 1-0. Line for the Y'all starter Jackson Owens tonight, in case you missed it. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 walks, 5 Ks. Fastball will be outside for ball 2 to Brandon Pugh. 4 different Y'all's hurlers towed the rubber in this one. They all allowed 1 run. 2-0. And a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brandon Pugh. Jackson Owens went the first 6 strong innings for the Y'alls. Then it was Mordecai, Wagner, and Taronis going 1 inning apiece. 2-1 pitch, a line drive to second, a 1-hopper. As it was played perfectly by Ivan DeJesus. His throw to first is in time. Brandon retired, 4-3 for out number 2.
Well, Michael's secret stuff might be Brandon Phillips, as the Lexington Legends are 1 out away from recording only their 2nd win, I believe.
That's true.
Here at UC Health Stadium. Didn't know if maybe I had missed one on a day I wasn't here.
First pitch swinging, Blaze Spees will send a foul ball out of play.
And the common denominator in both of those wins is Brandon Phillips in the lineup.
And we talked about it in the pregame show, which I'm not sure hit the airwaves tonight. Hopefully it did, or at least hopefully it will. When you go back to watching the live stream, as the 0-1 pitch is chased and missed. But he just elevates the play of everybody. Brandon Phillips been talking about for Lexington. His presence makes everybody better. And you can see that on the nights he's here. The 0-2. Tempting pitch. Speed started to go. Showed great discipline not to. And his count's 1-2.
How about Blaze Speed's night tonight? Couple singles and a double. Hasn't scored a run, but so productive at the plate.
So productive. And it kind of gets lost in the shuffle in the 1 run the Y'alls put up tonight. Change-ups downstairs to even the sequence.
And the thing you go back to is Brandon Pugh trying to score on that Spees double in the 7th inning. Instead of being nobody out in 2-man scoring position, it was just Spees at second.
2-2's down and away. Yeah, that out at home plate, kind of the turning point of this one. Y'alls trailed 2-1 at the time. Pugh ran through a stop sign at third, was gunned down. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Spees down on strikes, and the Lexington Legends will slam the door on their 2nd win at UC Health Stadium in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. Final score 4-1. And we'll be right back to recap it as we segue into the Florence Y'alls postgame show next from UC Health Stadium.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at KelseyChev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Toyota is making a difference right here in America, investing $23 billion, helping create over 470,000 jobs, building over 25 million vehicles here, including Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car, one of 11 different Toyotas built in the USA, with Toyota Care 2-year no-cost maintenance included. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth at UC Health Stadium. Another Florence Y'alls post-game show underway with Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner. First, the line score for tonight's 4-1 Lexington Legends victory. Easy for me to say. The Legends with 10 hits, 1 run, 8 men left on base. For the Y'alls, it was 1 run on 7 hits. They played a clean game defensively, though a couple of those plays should have probably been made that went down as base hits. We'll talk about that more in a moment. 4 men left on base for the Y'alls. It was Cass Silber who got the win tonight. The starter finished with the final line of 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned, no walks, 5 strikeouts. And how about this? Cass Silber improves to 2-0 in games at UC Health Stadium. And the Legends have won just 2 games here all year. So Brandon Phillips might be the secret sauce. Maybe it's the right-hander Cass Silber. Ryan Mordecai swallows the loss in this one. He falls to 1-1 on the season. Tonight's game played in 2 hours and 34 minutes from 6:39 to 9:14. 600 lucky Florence Y'alls fans here at UC Health Stadium on a thirsty Thursday. Game time temperatures 84 degrees, partly cloudy skies. And with that, we will bring you back in to the broadcast booth on our booth cam. Aaron Brody, Paul Fritchner. Unfortunately, Paul, the Y'alls couldn't finish the sweep tonight. 4-1, competitive game. Got to credit Lexington. They earned the win, and they hung 1 run in each of their last 3 at-bats to add a little bit of more breathing room. Let's not forget the 9th inning solo homer from Eric Young Jr. A couple more blows than the Y'alls were prepared for after maybe expending so much energy last night. It's Lexington that maybe gets the fortuitous 4-1 win, as some plays were left on the field tonight that definitely made a difference in this game.
Yeah, no doubt. There were some things out there. You look at the base running as Blaze Speeds doubled in the 7th inning. Brandon Pugh rounded third. We believe he ran through a stop sign. You could see Brian White putting the stop signal up, and Brandon Pugh ran through it. Now, I qualified that on the air as saying that sometimes a third base coach will make the stop signal with his hands, but verbally tell the runner to keep going to somewhat deke out the defensive fielder, so that way maybe the fielder is a little more lackadaisical going to the ball. At the professional level, you don't see that as much, but sometimes that's a strategy that the coaches employ. It looked like that was a pretty strong hold signal from Brian White. With nobody out, you'd have had runners on 2nd and 3rd.
And trailing just 2-1 at the time.
Yeah, you're down by 1 run. I think that's a pretty good hold there at third base, because then you look at Watley, Gomez coming up. Watley with a hit tonight, and that single in the 5th inning, maybe he comes up there in the next at-bat and makes something of it, starts to turn into a 2-for-3 night for Watley. Instead, he goes down on strikes. the whole dynamic of everything changes. You can't do the what-if game, but you can a little bit, and you can say that it would have changed everything because the pitch sequencing would have been different with men on second and third. Maybe you pitch out of the windup instead of the stretch. That could change things. Instead, there's one dead, and Spees can't even score from second base. Another runner left in scoring position. Florence, 4 runners left on base tonight, 3 of them in scoring position.
Yeah, an unfamiliar or an unfavorable trend that continued here tonight. One more play that was left out there that you kind of have to read between the line on to see the impact it had in the game. But after Harry DeNicola had just tied it with his galvanizing RBI double in the bottom of the 6th inning, let's not forget in inning number 7, Matt Winokur leads off, skies a pop-up on the infield on the third base side. It was misplayed. Rolando Gomez battled with the wind. The wind was brutal tonight. There's no question that tricks were being played on the baseball. The ball ends up falling. Winokur ends up at second base. He would go on to score the 1 run in the 7th inning that gave the Legends their second lead of the night, 2-1, and that was before the play in the bottom of the 7th where Pugh ran through the stop sign and was gunned out at home. You make the play on the pop fly on the infield, maybe that Blaze Spees double, and Brandon Pugh at third base instead of really running through. I'm thinking Pugh's trying to make a play to tie the game there. If you're already tied and you're thinking about taking the lead, maybe he doesn't even try to run through the stop sign. Maybe he camps at third base. It's a 1-1 game, and the Y'alls have a chance to manufacture a run, and it's them in front 2-1, putting the pressure on Lexington.
Yeah, exactly right. And those are things that change the game, and it doesn't go down in the scorebook as an error, but it just goes down as a tough defensive play. It's one you circle and you come back to in the post-game show, and when you're talking about it and when you're looking at it and you say that's a play that could be made, and again changes the dynamic of that inning. You see the next 2 batters were out. John Wilson grounded out to short. Hairston flies out to right, but instead of that being the 3rd out of the inning, it's just a sacrifice fly.
And we talked about the walks for Lexington tonight as well, or the lack thereof for the Lexington Legends. That also loomed large in this game. Cass Silver went 7 innings, did not walk anybody. Jackson Owens only 2 over 6 innings. You're going to take that. But as it turned out, the 1 walk for Jackson did score in the 5th inning. Another walk would come around to score when Alex Wagner put a guy on base in the 8th. So 2 runs directly attached to a base on balls tonight. Baseball can be a cruel game. Not to sit here and dwell on all the little things that the Florence Y'alls didn't do well tonight, but you can kind of see where this game went wrong. Lexington, it wasn't as though Florence made a ton of mistakes. I mean, there was the 1 pop fly. There's a couple of walks. You look up, and in 9 innings tonight, Florence put 3 guys on base. You're going to be happy with that. But you look up, and Lexington in 9 innings only put 1, and they just played a little bit better.
And Brandon Phillips 0 for 5 tonight, so he didn't do a ton at the plate. We mentioned that both the games of the Legends victories have included him in the lineup, but last time he did make a huge difference, producing a run for the Lexington Legends, but tonight not so much. He was 0 for 5, quiet night for the designated hitter.
Yeah, and we'll hope to see Brandon Phillips again when the Legends come back, not this weekend, but next Friday. It's game 1, All-Star game meets World Series. It'll be the Legends and the Y'alls, and what could be a fantastic and fun 3-game series if necessary. It's the first team to win 2 games, so if the if necessary game is needed, it will be in Lexington, but we will have 1 game here at UC Health Stadium, and we fully expect to see Brandon Phillips take the diamond that night. So we could see that dude, BP, here at UC Health Stadium 1 more time this season. It was fun to see him the 2 times that we got to, and again, as Paul mentioned in the broadcast a couple of times tonight, we are very upset ourselves that we couldn't break the news a little bit sooner to you guys, but we're just calling them like we see them. We don't get the information any sooner than you guys do, and that's just the shame of all of this. But a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the outcome wasn't what the Y'alls were looking for tonight. It's a 4-1 loss. With the loss, the Y'alls will fall to 21-12 on the season, maybe doing a little bit of scoreboard watching to see what happens in that Freedom game, as the Y'alls did have a 1-game edge over the Freedom entering play tonight. But now, if the Freedom win, we could have 2 Florence teams tied atop the standings in the Battle of Bourbon Trail. With the win, Lexington improves to 12-20 on the year. Any final thoughts before I send this one off?
I'm not with you tomorrow night. Football season, high school football season getting underway here in Northern Kentucky, so I have an obligation there, a high school football broadcast, but I'll be back with you Saturday and Sunday. So hold down the fort tomorrow, Aaron. Look forward to the weekend.
Oh, absolutely, I will. Football is back, and Paul's got to be gone calling a football game. So now you really know it's football season here at UC Health Stadium. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch on a fireworks Friday here in Florence. Should be a lot of fun. Broadcast will start at 6:50 as the Freedom come back home to the comfy confines of UC Health Stadium. Signing off, on behalf of Paul Fritchner, I'm Aaron Brody. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday night. Go Chiefs in the football game, and we'll see you here tomorrow in the evening.